Machiavelli Mills TV here. Y'all hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. More in entertainment news. Tory Lanez, singer, rapper, songwriter, was attacked in prison in California. Specifically, Tory Lanez was stabbed 14 times, including 7 wounds to his back, 4 to his torso, 2 to the back of his head, and 1 to the left side of his face, essentially his cheek, right? Now, this attack right here, this is a heinous and vicious attack. Like, whoever this was, they was not playing with Tory. They were trying to get him up out of here, right? And this is crazy. When I read the reports about this attack, I ain't gonna lie, the first thing that came to my mind was, boy, I cannot be in prison. I cannot. Because you can be in a cell with a person that could do something like that to you. You could piss them off one day. You might not even know you pissed them off. Because some people are just crazy and deranged in their head. They out of their mind. They probably been in solitary confinement, losing their mind, even worse. And you could do something to piss them off. They don't even got to tell you. Next thing you know, you're getting shanked in your sleep. Right? I was like, damn. This is really, and I've had uncles and family members who served long jail sentences. I'm talking about 10 years, 12 years, etc. And I'll be like, man, stuff like that, shit like that is like, this is why I couldn't be in there. Because, like, you could just be like, at any moment, somebody could just start just trying to stab you or stabbing you out of nowhere at times. Even, like, again, it's either after having an altercation with the person, and they can let the altercation just go on about their business like ain't nothing happened. The next thing you know, you getting hit up. Or you can do something to, make your celly upset. Your celly already crazy out of his mind. He already lost his mind a long time ago, and you have somebody doing something like that to you right there, right? So after the news about the attack, broke, you had a lot of people giving their opinions about it. And I saw a lot of Tory Lanez fans being upset because they felt like Megan Thee Stallion fans were taunting Tory about the situation or making jokes about it, etc. Right? Now, again, getting stabbed ain't no joke. Getting stabbed ain't no joke at all. But I gotta remind people are not gonna have empathy for Tory because people don't have empathy for people that shoot women. You know what I'm saying? For those who don't know, Tory Lanez is in prison currently. He got convicted for shooting Megan Thee Stallion, right? He shot Megan Thee Stallion in the foot. She got hit in the foot. He shot her. And at first, I think they tried to give him a plea deal. He was like, no, we taking this to trial. We taking this to trial. The plea deal, I think, was going to be like for 2 or 3 years, maybe, something like that. He took it to trial and lost. And so now he's in prison. And so there are going to be people who are not going to provide empathy. They're not going to give empathy towards him because of the fact that he shot a woman. When you couple that with the fact that, a lot of Tory fans were, slandering Megan Thee Stallion. A lot of Tory fans were making crazy jokes about her being shot and laughing about her being shot, so on and so forth. A lot of the Megan Thee Stallion fans aren't going to be nice to Tory in response to that, right? Now, some of y'all are going to say, well, she was shot in the foot and he got stabbed up. Man, you can get shot from getting hit in the wrong, you hit the wrong artery. What seems minor to some people, you could die and bleed out depending on when you get hit from one shot. You know what I mean? So regardless, shot, stabbed, it's still, it's a heinous crime, I think people look at stabbing as something different because when you get stabbed 14 times, it's like that person was really had it out for you in the worst way. But at the same time, getting shot and getting stabbed is, still a crime. It's still something vile to do, right? But yeah, he's not gonna get a lot of sympathy from people from shooting a woman. And then the Megan Thee Stallion fans are not gonna hold back from the jokes because the Tory Lanez fans had a lot of jokes against Megan, and a lot of them felt like it was a smear campaign against Megan Thee Stallion. After everything went south for Tory, it was a big smear campaign, and her getting taunted in songs and talked about in songs and called out of her name, etc. This is stuff that I'm hearing because I don't listen to Tory Lanez, to be real with y'all. I never was a big. Only song I like from Tory Lanez was "Say It." Tory uses a lot of auto tune, and it's not really pleasing to my ears. Really, to be honest with y'all, I'm not even saying that because he shot Megan Thee Stallion. I've never been a fan of Tory like that because I don't really like the way he uses auto tune. He can rap. He can rap his butt off. I've heard him on Sway rapping and spitting fire. But the auto tune, I just, it's not really pleasing, sonically pleasing for me. From what I've heard from Tory in the past, I haven't heard no new music. I'm being real, I don't really listen to Tory Lanez. I don't listen to him. I've tried and it's just never really been a thing for me like that. But anyway, yeah. I've heard, he's been taunting her in music, so on and so forth. Been a smear campaign against her. So her fans, they're gonna respond with jokes. You know what I mean? And they're not gonna have no empathy for him at all. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I saw one joke because people said Meg out here sending kites. She's sending kites in the pen to get Tory hit up, right? Evidently. And obviously Megan Thee Stallion is not doing that. I don't think Megan Thee Stallion is sending hits to the jail. I think Tory has ran into issues with other inmates. And because you see he in there getting real comfortable, taking pictures all looking like he mini brolic and mini swollen pictures. He hitting pictures with other men and, with dudes around him. I don't know if they in jail trying to extort him, if he's had some dudes he paying to keep around him and he didn't make a payment, or if he ran into an issue with another inmate over some other stuff that might have happened. I don't know if they got into it about some commissary issues or they got into it about some looks being shared back and forth. Ain't no telling, right? But I highly doubt Megan Thee Stallion is out here sending hits. But I saw a picture, y'all. And the picture showed a dude with a knife a dude pulling a knife on another dude and saying, "The Stallion sends her regards." Now, if y'all are Game of Thrones fans like me, y'all remember at the Red Wedding when Roose Bolton pulls out that knife on Robb Stark and says, "The Lannisters send their regards," and start digging that knife up into Robb. Spoiler alert, I know some of y'all ain't seen Game of Thrones. When Roose Bolton start, shanking Robb Stark and said the Lannisters send their regards, and somebody used that picture talking about some "the Stallion sends her regards," I said, oh, damn. I got to put this picture in the video. I know it's going to be foul. I gotta put that picture in there because I said, ain't no way they said "the Stallion sends her regards." You feel me? But man, it's crazy. I'm like, man, but somebody had some really, really vicious, and they were trying to, they really had some problems with Tory Lanez to do this. You feel me? This is not funny. It's not. I was watching the other day I took my son to go get his haircut. And they get it lined up. They in the barbershop watching Baby Boy. And they at the end of the movie where Snoop Dogg pulls a drive-by on Jody Joe. Jody, right? Tyrese. And I remember somebody took a picture of Snoop blasting out the window and put it on Facebook and said, Rodney wasn't playing with Jody Joe, right? He wasn't playing with Jody Joe. And that picture of Snoop blasting out the window, when they saying Snoop, he wasn't playing with Jody Joe, I said, yo, all I could think about when I saw that, it's not funny. I thought that when I said 14 times, I said, damn, they wasn't playing. It's not funny at all. It shouldn't be in this context. But all I could think was, damn, they wasn't playing with old Tory Tour. What did he do? Because ain't like, that's crazy. It's really not funny, but it's like, what did he do that they wanted to do that? Like, somebody in there crazy, lost their mind or hallucinating. He looking at me crazy. He probably wasn't even looking at him crazy. Some dudes in prison, their mind is gone, like I said. He looking at me crazy. He said something to me. I remember I was watching this show called 60 Days In. where this dude who was off of his rocker attacked this other white guy with glasses, talking about he was saying stuff to me. He said he was a PDF file, or he said he did something. The man wasn't saying nothing like that. The dude was just making stuff up and imagining things in his head, or he was just making things up to start an altercation with the inmate and make that inmate. And he was a fake inmate. You know what I mean? You know, they have like little moles in jail, put them in jail for 60 days to observe what's working in prison, what's not working, to observe all the illegal activity happening in jail. And there, at the end of their 60 days, those people who are participating in the 60 days in program are supposed to reveal all the things that are happening in the jail so that they can do a better job. The correctional officers can do a better job of keeping everything in order in jail and keeping all the contraband out and keeping illegal activity from happening in jail, so on and so forth. But I'm looking like the dude attacked the other guy. I'm like, either he crazy and imagining things, or he just trying to make up anything just to whoop on the dude and to make the other dude be a target in the jail as well, you know? But nonetheless, I say, man, stuff right there, I said, see, this right here, this is crazy. Jail is a place that is not kind at all, because stuff like this can happen out the blue. I saw Banky Pound. Shout out to Banky Pound. Banky Pound did 33 years in prison. He's a big YouTuber. And I saw Banky doing an interview. He was cussing about him getting stabbed twice in jail. And I said, damn, man, that's crazy. But anyway, man, Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out, y'all.